The lifespan of a lady, with due respect, a lady is like the sunflower. She wakes up in the morning, she's bright. She's 18, she's shining, she's pretty, everybody's looking at her. She's growing older and older and older. She's looked less at, I don't know what.
Yes, because we start depreciating.
Yes, but a man is like the rough stone that you take from the river. When he's young, he's rough, he's brusque, you can't look at him. The older he grows, the better he is. Full disclosure, now, like I said, it could be contentious. People will say, what should you disclose? Should a man disclose his total salary? You know, but there's no, I was having a conversation in the office today, there's no template for marriage.
Yeah, yes.
No one size fits all for marriage.
Yes.
Those olden days, when they say, mama and papa, they get married in 1960 something, 1950 something. Now, you know when best man, best lady, they play this kind of, but these days, best man, best lady is mostly for show. Now dance. And then they go dance, buga and everything, lonely at the top. Then go dance out for now reception, now party, now people want to do now.
Yeah.
So that role of best man, as that name implies, best man, best lady. There are very few best men out there.
Welcome to another episode of Insight with Agatha, where you get to share a problem with Auntie Agatha. My name remains Agatha.
And I'm Munji Alaya. Welcome to the show.
And I'm Wanzi Collins, aka There Goes, the new kid in the block.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
Please. Very well. Dear viewers, what would you do when you discover your partner kept a secret as serious as infertility from you? Would you divorce him?
Wow.
Well, let's go on a short break. When we come back, Muchi will introduce the topic again and our guest for today's edition. Thank you. Welcome back from that short break, Muji.
We have a very special person in our midst today. He is a realtor, an entrepreneur, a business coach. He has a passion for empowering individuals and communities. He has over 28 years of marital experience. So he is here to really talk about this issue. We have the person with us today is Mr. Obayemi Oladipupo. So a round of applause for him. I've been a standing ovation.
You're welcome, sir.
And he's a friend of the house.
So you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
The issue where we get for hand.
Blessed is on Tyra Power.
Like if you ask me, I won't go get Grammy. Now I said this single.
No, leave this singing thing to us. Help us read this place.
Hey, now I go ask you. Hey, make I talk and the way I go fit talk am. The person wey send this letter say he get belle, but no be your husband get her. That's all. Make I tell the story from the beginning. He say his name na he no put his name. You can't say he met his husband wey be Kim for campus. They were both undergraduates. He was like 2 years ahead of her, and they were so much in love. First semester, the guy was in his final year. First semester in her final year, guy in her faculty started pestering her for a relationship, but She made it clear that she has a steady and serious relationship. So I continued to read. At that time, Kim had started working, but he still found time to come around and visit me on campus. Towards my leaving school, we quarreled, and to my chagrin, Kim said we should give each other time to be sure of what we wanted. I was devastated. After my graduation, we got back together. Along the line, I got pregnant, and we decided to plan our wedding. He was working at the branch office of his company in the north at the time. He was saddled with very sensitive responsibilities, and due to logistics, we had to move the wedding date. I gave birth before the new wedding date via CS, but I lost the baby shortly after birth. We went ahead with the wedding plans and got married. I got a job with the state government. After 2 years and no pregnancy, I visited the gynecologist. After a series of tests, the doctor assured me that there was no problem in that and that I should be patient. So she said, the doctor turned and said, she did can't pay. No cause for
Alarm.
No cause for control. Everything is under alarm. I advised that my husband and I should come together for examination. My husband refused to pay the doctor a visit. Another year followed and no pregnancy. His mother and aunt started paying me visits when they know he's gone back to the north. They will put me through a series of interrogations on why we don't have another baby yet. I told my husband about it and he decided to seek transfer back home, even though he was the head of operations at the branch. It was as if he made a huge mistake. Was I having unnecessary quarrels over trivial matters? You know, it's a lot of the sweet when the thing they far. Sometimes. I mean, if I say you guy just make to just transfer back home, not like mistake. So little things that shouldn't be a problem became sources of misunderstanding. These quarrels rolled into months. I decided to take some weeks out of my annual leave so that I can be more available to my husband and resolve what was triggering our quarrels. The day I started my leave, my husband told me he was directed to return back to the Kano branch office as a matter of urgency. The day when the babe starts leave, now he can't get transfer, go back. Okay, come out there and full stop. Make I continue. He did not even invite me along to go with him. At least he ought to have done that since she was on leave. I felt he was lying. The next day he left, I switched off my phone and didn't go out of the house for 2 days. I was an emotional wreck. Finally, I called the other kind of thing, the first person. You say, make you sit down, make you deal with this guy, make you not give you shoulder care for and then the guy just carry back and say, I go tie him leg.
You go tie him leg.
I go tie him leg.
You for who?
I go take care. I go close. I go come throw away the key. You ain't going nowhere, baby.
But the money they go fine. I want to enjoy the love you
okay now. She said since I was on leave, I should come to Abuja and rest. So she finally I called my best friend and poured out my heart to her in tears. She said since I was on leave, I should come to Abuja and rest. My husband called the day I left for Abuja, but I refused to pick his call. I just sent a text that I'm on my way to Abuja to visit my friend, and he knows her. While in Abuja, I ran into the guy that was toasting me back in the days on campus.
Like what? He
said he was there for a business deal, and he'll be around for a while. We exchanged numbers, and say this guy, they suspect me. They move in the spirit. You know when grand fertile, where.
But she never talks to them doing. They just exchange numbers.
Okay, we exchanged numbers, and he called the next day. He invited me out, and my friend urged me to ask this kind of people, this kind of friends. She felt the distraction would keep my mind off my troubles. Okay, we went out, and I really enjoyed his company. 2 days after that, he called to say he finished work early and would like us to go somewhere for dinner. After dinner, we went to his hotel. He said he needed to pick up something.
She said they find something. They go dinner. You no go lunch. You no go breakfast. They go dinner.
One thing led to another, and we had
no comment.
My dad was totally down. I really felt bad and ashamed afterwards. Even though I'm having problems with my marriage, I felt bad that I slept with another man. After he dropped me off, I blocked his number. He did that. After that, I blocked his number and told my friend I don't want to see him. Out of guilt, I called my husband that I was going back to Lagos and asked when he was coming home. It sounded very vague. I left Abuja and went back home. Since I had few days left for my leave, I decided to clean up my house to keep my mind occupied. I was going through some drawers in our bedroom when I stumbled on a document, a medical report belonging to my husband. From the day the document was prepared during the time From the date the document was prepared, during the time our wedding date was postponed, and it was in the north. So okay, so this was during that period. I deduced from the report that my husband was treated for a sexual disease which affects spermatogenesis, that's sperm production. He also had surgery done on his scrotum. My husband never told me any of these things. I was spellbound. When you called, I didn't mention anything. I felt it was better discussed when we see face to face. I resumed back to work and life continues. My husband claims he is still very busy, but he will not come home soon. I just wanted him home. Some weeks after my leave, I started feeling sick. I ignored the feeling, but when I nearly fainted at work, I knew I needed to see a doctor. You can imagine how stunned I was when, after some tests and examination, the doctor said I was pregnant. I know without a doubt that my husband is not the father of the baby. My husband called yesterday that he will be coming back this week. I have been crying since yesterday. Where do I go from here?
Wow. This problem, we carry not only rapper, carry agbada.
Wear face cap.
Even everything.
Wear face cap.
So the question is, where do we go from here?
All right. I would have loved to answer that question straight, but I want to put some issues as background.
Okay.
If you look at that relationship, you will notice a couple of, I can bring out like 10 different things, but let me just start.
We are gamed.
The first one I noticed, and I want to speak both to this, in this play now, it's only one person's name we know, Kim. The other ones are mostly anonymous.
Yes.
So I want to bring out the issue of this issue of taking a break from relationships. It seems to be a fad these days. Whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, even sometimes among married couples, say, let's take a break. When you take a break, you are giving room for cracks.
Yes.
You are together, you are quarreling. If you stay apart, you know how much more, because this lady now, the foundation of her problem was when she took that break. When they were in the university. And when you take a break and there's nothing concrete, oh, we are coming back, oh, we are not coming back, you are seeing other people. I say to ladies and men, the lifespan of a lady, with due respect, a lady is like the sunflower. She wakes up in the morning, she's bright, she's 18, she's shining, she's pretty, everybody's looking at her. As she's growing older and older and older, she's looked less at, I don't know what.
Yes, because we start depreciating. Yes,
but a man is like the rough stone that you take from the river. When he's young, he's rough, he's brusque, you can't look at him. The older he grows, the better he is. So that's why you see a 60-year-old man can marry an 18-year-old girl. The world will shout a bit and then they'll leave him. But if a 60-year-old woman marries an 18-year-old boy, CNN go carry him.
People can say something wrong with him.
Something to do with worry that
boy. Except for person when they look for to jackpot.
Why you want jackpot with that method? I mean, the new generation guys.
So those are the. I mean, for me, I really want to put a mark on that issue of taking break from relationships. It's a red flag. It's something we must discourage.
Among the young ones.
Yeah.
Number two, this one is contentious. The issue of sex outside marriage is contentious. Some people would say, whether you look at it from religious angle or social angle or moral angle, it comes with a lot of baggage. And it is obvious that when Kim was on his foreign travels, he also wasn't faithful. He wasn't faithful. So he had issues and he didn't treat them. He didn't tell his wife. Now, for a woman, and this is what we also need to tell a lot of our young girls, it is the woman that carries the burden of sex more than the man. It's the woman that carries pregnancy. A man can impregnate 18 men. And
18 women.
18 women, sorry. And nobody knows. He's just walking, he's just walking up and down. They go up and down. And so, if a woman gets pregnant, she can't get pregnant twice. She must give birth to one, or she can get another pregnant. So we need to talk to our women folk, whether young or old, and to mind the way they handle this issue of sex outside marriage. Like I said, this is not a religious class. We're not going to lecture ourselves on but it has implications. It has implications. So it's obvious both Kim and his wife now, they have issues. Number three thing I quickly want to bring out is the implications of living apart as a married couple. the matter tied up her well. When you live together, even after 28 years of marriage, you are still studying yourselves. After 40 years, the woman still does not know the man fully. Now, if after 1 year of marriage, you have to stay apart, the mistake Kim made was when he was going, he should have taken his wife along. Should have sought transfer for her or a leave of absence or something.
Because this living apart can actually not, be avoided at times.
It cannot be avoided at times, and there is grace available for that. But in this instance, you could see that even when the lady, of course, takes me to the next point of communication gap.
Yes, is what I wanted to bring up.
Obvious communication gap. So did she tell him she wanted to take some time off so that they can stay together and really resolve these issues? Obviously, she didn't. The morning she said, "Oh, I'll be at home now." The guy said, "I'm going." The guy too did not tell her that, "Oh, I've been transferred back to the north." If he was transferred back, he could send her a text from work. If it was really a working relationship. So obviously they were already cracks. Now by the time they stayed apart, no communication, nothing. She put up her phone. Both of them have their issues. So like I said, another thing I quickly want to, living apart for couples, especially young couples, people who just married, is not really advisable. It has many implications. And then the thing another point I quickly want to bring out as background, refusal of men to submit themselves to gynecological evaluations in childless marriage.
Yeah.
I'm a man, and the ego of a man is as big as an elephant. When you say, we don't get picking. Oh yeah, maybe we go hospital. You say me don't give girls belly when I did campus. I fire them. I just fire them left, right, and center.
Nothing is wrong with me.
Yes, that's the pride they carry on. Say, I said, do you know how many girls aborted for me?
Well, the woman.
There's primary infertility, there's secondary infertility. And men just need to learn to be humble enough to say, you know what, we have a problem, even for nothing, to assure my wife and to reassure my wife, let's go together. Kim didn't do that. And then another contentious issue, the issue of keeping in touch with your old flames. Whether young or old, all of us need to learn that lesson. When you keep it touch, if this guy was not an old flame, more than likely, she may have gone out with him to have dinner, but she won't follow him to a hotel. Is it not Wale? Oh yeah, let's go to the hotel room. She just want to pick your pencil. Oh yeah, let's go. And then
why they know what they look for?
Why don't know what even she herself somehow remotely.
No, because she has obviously been stabbed.
Yeah, she's been stabbed
for a very long period of time.
And from her story, she and this guy have never had anything together. So even that sense of adventure, it would be. If you hold the hand, say, leave me alone, and they become
left me alone.
Before you know it,
left me alone.
One will become two will become three, and three will become four. And then quickly, and the last point of background, these are full disclosure in relationships. Full disclosure. Full disclosure. Now, like I said, it could be contentious. People will say, what should you disclose? Should a man disclose his total salary? But there is no, I was having a conversation in the office today, there is no template for marriage.
Exactly, yes.
No one size fits all for marriage.
Yes.
My marriage and my wife's own will be different from my brother's and his wife's own. So, but it is for people who know they really want to stay married and for long. The issue of full disclosure, especially when it comes to relationships, is very important. Now, for instance, if she had told Kim maybe about this guy before now, and she had told him, I'm going to Abuja, and when she got to Abuja, she saw I met this, even if it's a text, that would have been a check on her.
Yeah.
Exactly,
even if she just texted him, I saw Musa, blah, 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 blah. Even if she didn't say they were going out, they were going to do anything.
The guy will know that,
yes, the guy will know, go no saying get competition. The man, they jealous, man, they like fire. It's, Musa, okay.
You mean your old Musa?
Your old Musa. What you do?
And before you know,
but even on the lady, that would have been like a check.
Self-check.
Yeah, like a self-check. So I will go hotel, go up, I wait for you for motor. But now there was no check, there was nothing anywhere, and she fell flat. For me, going forward from here, she cannot hide pregnancy. She cannot lie about it. So she has to tell this man at some point in time or the other.
Excuse me. Okay, you go.
Okay, now there's obviously the issue of the guy knowing fully well that he has a problem, but he's not disclosing it.
The problem.
Now, this guy knows that he clearly has
secondary infertility.
secondary infertility problem, which is why he's been running. He's been running from the wife.
Yes.
Because at every opportunity he gets,
Takes
he
off.
uses work as an excuse and just takes off.
So it's
He
not
kept the woman in limbo.
Yeah. So it's not totally the wife's fault.
So the man himself is actually dishonest. There is no communication. There's no full disclosure here. So, and if you had carried this woman along, you would have prevented her at least from
Going astray.
because women love a degree of honesty from you.
Everybody.
You as a man, if you are open to your woman, you tell her everything. Oh, I encountered this today. Even if you go out, as little as telling her that, oh, I saw somebody that liked me today, she would be jealous, right? But she would appreciate it.
Yes.
You know, knowing fully well that, oh, my husband is hot.
I beg to disagree. Something like that. Nah.
Fire.
Nah, fire.
Oh, no, of course, they would react. Women will react. I tried women of this time, girls react. But knowing fully well that this boy, I mean, at least he has some, would actually put them in check. So the man did not really, I would say that the man put this woman in this position in a way.
I agree with you.
In a way.
I don't
Because
agree.
no, you know why I said she went on leave to be with her man. She took steps
To try to, ameliorate the situation.
Went, and that day, without any explanation, the next day you packed your things, went. She's on leave. What stopped him from inviting the wife
To follow him.
to follow? But you know where I blame her? I, as a woman, I will follow.
How you want to take that?
No. I know. No, wait.
Let's
I know where he works.
Yes, just appear there.
I will appear
Show up.
at his place of work and I dare him.
What if she gets there and he embarrasses her?
Let him embarrass me. People know I'm his wife. Let him embarrass me. Then we will know we have a problem.
I think
Not the salient problem that was eating at their marriage like cancer.
This is one good thing about men and let me say boys and girls of this time. When there is an issue, nobody keeps quiet. But back in the day, let me just take it because of my children and all that.
For this one, there was nothing to lose because no child. So I would have
followed him. So
instead of going to Abuja, I would have headed to Kano.
Let me just chip this in. You can't really say the man was the one that put her in this situation. In a way, it may be, but then you see, we can think. We have this brain to think. There's no way she would not. She knew that guy was interested in her right from the word. She knew where they were in school. She knew the guy was interested in her. She got to Abuja. She ran into the guy. The guy say, "Okay, we'll come for dinner," and then you decided. You said you were urged on by your friend. She would have of course. The guy made that to understand what he's actually after. So we have brain. She could have said no. I won't. I know that if I go out with this, you understand. She could have said no.
Let me make this point. In a relationship, particularly, I'm speaking particularly in marriage now. I think the highest need of a woman in a relationship is security.
Yes.
That of a man is respect, and then other things follow. Now, where I blame the man more than the woman is that Kim did not give her that sense of security. Like Auntie Agatha said, he refused to invite her on his numerous business trips. She may have started feeling unwanted. Let me just surprise this man. I'm on leave. At the go Kano. Okay, you're on leave. It's a nice thing. Invite you see, because whether a woman is 70 or 80, whether she's married for 50 years or 40 years, you women folk, a woman wants to be toasted. She wants her man to forever toast her. Her man to forever ask her out. Even when she wants something, she will say, no, not me, not me. I don't want to not touch me. If you touch me.
Why that no touch me means touch me.
Touch me. So I think Kim missed it there. And I want to say this to all the men out there. Give your women that sense of security. Be responsible. be the leader, be in front.
Be
in your
available.
relationship, you are the leader. The leadership does not mean bossing her, doesn't mean shouting at her. You must be able to give direction. The day a man is not able to give direction again, that's the day he loses it. So the woman comes, they call me electrician, negotiation with electrician, they climb pole, man, they watch man you. The man don't finish now. They don't finish.
Oh, yeah.
They watch man you, and this woman say it's my wife that does everything. What kind of man is that?
See,
even if he's watching man you, he brings the plumber, everybody inside, he negotiates with them. So you are exposing your wife unduly. You owe school fees, now your wife they go beg proprietor. You owe house rent, now your wife they go beg landlord. What you want to? A man must show decisive leadership. You must be in front. If you are in front, the woman is naturally wired to follow. So I think Kim missed it there. She also had her issues, but I think Kim didn't do too well.
She went on an adventure. She's not a child anymore.
Yeah.
There are obvious things she could have done to prevent
what happened
from happening. Like using protection, for example.
Yes.
You went on an adventure. You didn't use protection. And the next day you still did not protect yourself after. And then it happened. What were you expecting? And then you're crying.
And the way I look at this story, like they say, thank God for this new thinking. There's no illegitimate child.
Abi?
You only have illegitimate relationship. Every child is unique, given by God. She's going to keep that child.
Yes, I mean, if she's watching, she has to keep the child.
Because she doesn't even have
because knowing fully well that the man cannot even put any
and I'm
family
speculating that the man may also just he will look away. He will say he will fight. He will tell Bodio he may look away.
He should look away.
Then okay. At this point now,
what should she do?
What she should?
I think she needs, like I said, she needs to tell Kim. She needs to tell him.
Alone?
So that's the point. They should do it privately, but she should have people around, which she would have arranged, because we don't know his kind of temperament.
Okay.
Some men, they say, this kind of thing will beat her and die, so that people can come in and save her. Maybe it's going to be her priest. Maybe it's going to be
or that best friend.
Or that somebody. So people must be around. But Kim will not know. And then she'll say, please, we need to talk. And then she starts and she must show repentance.
I think this is the role of the best man and the chief bridesmaid. Isn't this
where they are available? Yes. Traditionally, so those olden days when they say mama and papa they get married in 1960 something, 1950 something. Now they know when best man, best lady they play this kind of, well, these days, best man, best lady is mostly for show. Now dance. And then they go dance, buga and everything, lonely at the top. Then go dance out for now reception, now party, now people want to do now.
Yeah.
So that role of best man, as that name implies, best man, best lady. There are very few best men out there.
Something comes to mind.
What is it?
How be it very harsh. If I were to be the lady, right? A lot of people would disagree with what I'm about to say, but if she had a report, that report that she saw, she should bring it out.
She should.
Discuss that with him first. See his reaction. Is he going to be sorry? Is he going to admit? That would form the next conversation on how she's going to break the news to him that this is what I did as well.
I want to disagree with that. Would be tantamount to blackmail. You see, for that relationship, and this relationship now is already on the rock. So they said they never knock him hammer. I'm telling you, because even if the guy agrees, he says, okay, let's both keep quiet about it, let's take the child. What of the impregnator? Let me call him that way. You not get name. What of the impregnator? Some years, some months, if he hears that this girl born Peking, we'll put two and two together. Say, be like, let me get this Peking. I know real life now. I have a case like that, like this on hand, almost like this, but it's just a bit similar. The moment the guy started blackmailing the woman, said, okay, let's go and do DNA. So the pastor of the girl said, tell him, go and do that. I follow him to go and do that DNA. But tell me, before you do DNA, you call your pastor, you call this. Because they have like family friends, and he took advantage of her. Then the guy around said, don't tell anybody. He said, why shouldn't I tell anybody? Now they had the thing hang. So he
Very
may,
dicey.
yes, he may just say, let's, I'm angry with you. But that relationship, for it to go back to what it used to be, it will take the grace of God.
Yeah.
Please, may I come in here?
Yeah.
I disagree strongly with telling the guy that see what
seen medical reports, yeah.
I did this.
Justification.
I disagree with that. From obvious, from what all that has been happening, the guy himself, the man himself, the king himself, is like, you know they feel that marriage again. You know they feel am again like that. And when man don't reach that level, make you to begin the reason, they think. If she go make mistake, make I talk am for pidgin. If she go make mistake, call the man. Maybe the man come house, come tell and say, oh boy, I see this report, then I'm pregnant. He go take beating, take comot that belly from him. But you know why? Because his reputation will be at stake.
Yeah.
So it is better for her. The guy cannot impregnate her. Well, miracles do happen. But the guy is not really feeling this marriage, because where there is no honesty, where there's what is there? So later, my own advice to you, I don't know your name, Miss Anonymous or Mrs. Anonymous, what I will just tell you to do, just find a way, you can seek transfer. You say you work with, you go work with the state government, so you will not be able to go anywhere, but one way or the other, just find your way out of this marriage. You have a child, a pregnancy for another man. God don't butter your bread. Maybe you don't get picking. God don't make you mother. The guy don't make you. Come out for that place. You dey work. Come out for that place. Go and settle down. Start your life afresh. Change your number. It may be hard to just start your life afresh. That is my own opinion. Just start your life afresh, because staying there, let me tell you, like a man can keep that man, even if eventually, of course, you can't hide pregnancy and she will give birth because she will want the child because she has never had one. The guy will follow, they follow him for back, say, okay, I will have a child. But Kim knows within himself, every day will be looking at that child and he will know that child is not his own. And he will go the plan. He go the plan for within him. So get out of that's my own 2 kobo for you. Get out of that place. That is it.
You see, I have a different view. Kim is coming home. I'm an advocate of dialogue. Matter don't cast. But before you do, you pack or whatever, you take that final decision. If there was no feeling, I'm not sure she would be crying. She went out of the marriage because we're women. A moment of weakness. She was weak. Even though she knew she needed Kim to love her, Kim didn't show a corresponding feeling towards her. So, moment of weakness, yes, she made a mistake. When Kim comes, sit him down. Kim, where is this marriage headed? Don't even talk about his infertility problem. Don't talk about
your infidelity problem
too. Kim, I've noticed this is the point we get to when we tell ourselves the truth, the honest truth. Let's know, me, I'm no longer feeling you. Because of this, because of that, because of that. Kim, this is what you did.
So
okay,
after
so
if
Kim says, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
If Kim says, I'm sorry, before you get to the place of I'm sorry, I already know certain things about you that you are not telling me.
Okay, she should not tell him.
She should not tell him.
So she expects him to bring her the information.
We are being truthful here.
Truth Commission. Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
That come, if we are going to tell ourselves the truth. Kim says, you see, I've been hiding this from you. I did this, I did that, I did that. Yes, I know. When I went to Abuja, I met... No, like he said, you would have told somebody around. I believe in closure. Full closure. Don't make it look as if you already had an agenda. That pregnancy was planned.
So,
but because of the years,
don't you think that will people will see that child as someone?
No, but then
in our constitution,
it depends on if they make it public.
Yes.
Right. But the thing is, it could be possible that Kim still loves his wife.
Yeah.
And he wants his wife. But because of obvious reasons of what he knows, he's probably devastated. But he doesn't know how to,
tell her.
He did that thing. He had that problem even before they did.
They're married.
But then, and she's been pregnant for him
before. They did not keep the pregnancy. No, they kept the pregnancy, but the baby
died. Something happened. So my point, sorry sir, what I want to ask now is, what if Kim was doing all he's doing simply because
to push her out?
No, just because of
solution.
The fact that he knows that this condition I'm in right now could end this marriage if I tell her, and he doesn't want it to end.
Yes.
But then he doesn't know how.
Yes, it's a possibility.
And what if this whole thing, this whole scenario would bring them back?
Yes.
I mean, how do they handle that?
That is why I'm talking about.
I also feel, I strongly feel that the guy didn't really do well, in the sense
he wasn't really mature.
Yeah, because in the sense that he knew about the mom and the aunt coming to harass his wife.
Yeah.
And he didn't. At least that was enough reason to say, let me even let this girl know what is really happening.
Yeah, or give her a sense of security.
To that. Again, I'm an advocate of we need strong men in marriages.
Yeah.
A man needs to protect his wife.
Yeah.
The woman needs to have that thing at the back of her mind.
Yes.
Look, anywhere, who's your friend? Now only me.
We'll be
like rice and beans. She must, once she has that thing, if 20 aunties and 20 grandmas come, say, I let my husband come back, she will serve them food. She not go answer their question. Say, mommy, Pelema, welcome, man. Make my husband come back. It's the husband that should face his people and say, hey, you know what? What are you guys doing around here? This is my wife. This is a matter between my wife. Please go. He should go and face that fire with his own people. Similarly, on the other side too, the woman needs to protect her man from her own people. So I interface with my people, you interface with your people. That's the way marriage is supposed to be. Kim again lost again in that. I would say, relating to what Auntie Agatha said, what I like your points. What I just want her to avoid in this whole thing, she shouldn't use this issue of the pregnancy like a bargaining chip. She shouldn't use it in such a way that it's because you caused. She should tell whenever she's going to tell him, however, God will give her wisdom. Tell him this is what I've done is wrong. I'm sorry. Other matters can then come thereafter. I believe that's a better way. If she says, look, when I went to Abuja, not because you left me for Kano. By the time you start that with it, I'm a man. When you start saying that kind of thing, the man could get livid. So I went to Abuja. I met Musa. One and two things happened, and then so we find ourselves. This is why you shout. I'm sorry. If he gets violent, those people shall arrange.
Go easy to.
I know.
Pregnancy.
It's not. Yes. Because ideally, this kind of thing should have been. The confession should have been to her pastor, and or imam or whoever, and then is that one who will call both of them and say, repeat what you said.
Yes.
What you said before. What you said to me. Yeah. Please repeat. And that's the ideal thing. But because we're also believing that two of them, because once a third party knows now, the matter is public consumption.
Yeah.
The man, and there are men, I've heard there are men who their wives trade, just like a man took us. And they say, okay, after that baby, you come back, you are my wife. After they give the baby, I know a particular case like that. One of the guys, we grew up together, we're in primary school together. So, and the man who even impregnated the mom didn't take responsibility for the child. The man raised that guy, yes, with his own this thing. So, what if Kim was ready to do that? And like, is it Auntie Agatha that said, or you that, what if the marriage could even be revived and it could get better? So, the way she will break that news is what will determine the future of that marriage. If she goes breaking the news by saying,
Blame,
because you
blame,
left me, you go tie the power, you go get gilly on top self.
Let's quickly go on a break. When we come back, we take Moji's opinion. Welcome back from that break. Moji.
Well, I would really like to say this to you, and since you wrote this letter and you're asking for advice, that, well, one can say your husband created the avenue for you to goof, but then again, you two, you have your own blame, because you could have said no to the temptation to go out or step out of your marriage to sleep with another man, but the deed has been done. You are pregnant, you are carrying another person's baby. What I'll just tell you, like I said before, I don't think there's anything anymore in that home for you. For me, that's what I think. Because this other person may eventually find out that that child is his, and you end up creating a problem for yourself. So just find a way to start your life anew. But anywhere you are, or anywhere you find yourself later on, you can now discuss, you can get in contact with Kim and let him know what happened. And apart from that, make him also know that you know what has happened to him too. But take a decision. For me, there's nothing for you anymore in that home. Get out.
Colin.
Well, I for one, I'm a big boy. I like to handle the truth, regardless of how bad it may sound or look. I might not continue in the relationship, but at least I'll appreciate the truth. So, and I also try to give the truth as well. So I think she should have a tete-a-tete with the man, just like what our guest has said. Talk to this man, explain what has happened, and don't play blame games. Try to take responsibility, and then be truly sorry for what you've done. Where the relationship leads, we can't tell, but at least you would have freed your conscience. You would have some measure of peace. So that's just it for me.
Well, I concur with what my brother, the guest, and Collins has said. You need to sit down, talk. If the things cannot work out between the two of you, at least let it be at the back of your mind that you tried. To just leave without a closure, I don't think it's right. Sit down, both of you, and talk. If God says both of you are meant to be, you will be. If not, you go your separate ways. After all, you now have a child, a reason to live. Well, we've come to an end of another interesting episode of Insight with Agatha. Remember, a problem shared is a problem solved. Don't keep those problems. Please keep them coming. We're here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And then respond to the question we asked. We are waiting for your comments.